Soul Garden.
Hello, welcome to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. I'm your host of the universe, Christopher Witecki. Welcome back, Captains. And for only one more week, if you want a reading with me, hop on this special 60 minutes. If you buy 1 hour, you'll get a 30-minute free follow-up in 2012. This is perfect for manifestation and light cast planning. And if you need a review on any of my readings, come on down to Soul Mart. There are plenty to read on. And don't forget, we got a whole community of goats for you. Come on down and graze on our greener grass at soulgarden.me and a staff to help you make your key decisions in life. We are here for you, and at least get a profile so you get our emails and know when things are going on. So come on down and say hello, will you? The Capricorns are having a lot of changes. The whole planet is really having some profound changes going on. We're about to enter Act 2 of 2012 next week. But before we do, the universe is keeping it interesting, to say the least. Now, for the Capricorns, the new shift in states of awareness has to deal with the way you manage your emotions. It is time for the goats to basically begin the idea of continually improving and not stopping the improvement of home family foundation development, which at its core is self-nurturing. The better you treat yourself, the more fruit you can bear, the more you can do in the world, the more self-sustaining you are. And really, to being a master on earth, you have to master your emotions. Emotions are the wild animal, the untamed beast of being a human being. As we begin on Monday, we are restoring balance and order. Remember, over the weekend, we had hopefully a quantum leap. Perhaps you had a major understanding of the way you were raised, or the way you've been treating yourself since you left home, or the family you created was not the family you wanted to create. These types of quantum leaps where you have a sudden realization your head has been up Uranus. Well, on Monday, it's time to kind of restore balance and order to that thinking. The moon will be in Taurus still and crossing over Jupiter. So as you are beginning to realize that there has to be a new home or a new self-nurturing ritual, your inner child gets excited. The moon crosses Jupiter. Woo! That's a big boost of energy. Then the moon will cross Venus later in the day or night, depending on where you are in the world. And that's another receiving of hope and dreams and creativity. So it's a very good, productive day. This is the last time this soul pyramid gets struck this way before it breaks apart on this weekend. I'll be talking about what that means and what these points mean. The red square, of course, is still in effect. You are fighting fears. Having to step into this new self-nurturing means you step away from the clandestine, statuesque Capricorn of the old 1700s. And when you move into some new, yet to be discovered Capricorn vibration. And that is scary, because Capricorns never like to show that they're under construction. But welcome to Earth, Capricorn. We all have to go through this. Moving on to Tuesday, the moon shifts forward into Gemini, so that brings emotions to daily reality. You're starting to feel your life, your body. The last 30 days catch up with you. So if you get sick or sniffles or something like that, your body is saying it needs extra TLC. So pay attention to your emotions. These two blue lines are what we call a yod, the finger of God. So God's giving us the finger, basically, pointing for us to focus on these two areas. It actually began through the quantum leap we went through last weekend, and I missed it. So I'm catching it now as it finishes. But it's the universe highlighting basically this expanded, diluted yod. Usually yod has one planet. I'm calling it a diluted one. I think it still is in effect. It's the universe saying this consciousness is so important. And this consciousness is your childhood and that quantum leap, and then how it affects your thinking. Your thinking begins to change as a result of this. So this kind of kicks up on Tuesday. Now don't forget, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have office hours down at soulgarden.me where our Soulmart practitioners are on camera helping you for free 15 minutes, giving you an idea of what readings are like. Also, people are showing up and just sharing. That's what it's turning into too. So it's interesting. Come on down if you just want to share and hang out. Plus we've got chat going on, so you can talk to other community members. There's a lot of community sharing. Frankly, it's fun stuff, and I'm always there cracking jokes. On Wednesday, it is really a hump day on Wednesday. You have to make some decisions. And what you're deciding is to step away from the old self-nurturing, the old life, the old whatever. You might be stepping away from your family. If you're like 20, 21, this might be you moving out of the house. This might be you getting married, having your own children, and setting up a new that way. So it can come in many manifestations, but it's still happening. And as you decide, you're not just deciding to step into a new self-nurturing, you're deciding to step away from another way of thinking. Your thinking has to be reprogrammed once again, even though we got out of that transit, once again with this new quantum update that you've just had. So that's part of what Wednesday's about. On Thursday, we act. We act on those decisions. We put them into action. There's a reason why. Back in the old days when we wanted rain, we did a dance. We did a rain dance, right? It wasn't a rain meditation. There was a dance we put into action, right? And you have to put into action your spells or what you want. Now, on this particular day, interestingly enough, fear climaxes. These two reds, this is about to break apart. Pluto's 9 degrees, the sun's 9 degrees. This is the top of its Pluto square, or of the squares, between leaving the old statue of Capricorn and stepping into this new health regimen or new self-nurturing regimen. This square is between fears of how that will change your daily life. Can you handle it? Can your body handle it? Yada, 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 that sort of thing. So really having to step out of fear. Now, for those of you who are watched over personally by me in the Guardian Agency, I'll be going back to your chart and sending out a PWA text focusing on what it takes you to get your courage going. You know, how do you find it in your character? And poking around in your chart as much as I can. Then on Friday, the universe turns around. God stops giving this finger, starts giving this finger. We get the finger in the new direction now. Universe with this new yod. This is a true yod, true isosceles triangle pointing in. And it's saying, oh, okay, now shift. The universe basically saying, if you want to move forward with all of this new self-nurturing, groovy stuff, guess what? You must also make some career legacy changes. Bum, bum, bum. That's when it gets serious with the Capricorn. My career? Wait a second. But that's what it is. And yes, you do. And yes, it's all tied together because you are not really split up into sections. You are all tied together. So the changes will inevitably create that. The moon moves out of the body and into relationships at the same time. So you're fighting for a little bit of balance between how this affects your marriages and your partnerships and your sense of balance. So the universe is really like Play-Doh massaging us into this new awareness. At the same time, the sun clicks into chapter 2, where you start holding space for the new home family foundation paradigm, right? Now don't forget, on Fridays, Carolyn Engel and myself are live with SG Live, our webcam radio show where we just chit chat and discuss today's topics. Right now we're focusing on the Aries vibration in the show. We have our Zodiac Director of Aries for Soul Garden, Bernadette Morgan, who's also a Soulmart practitioner. She's there talking up what she knows about Aries. She's got a lot of Aries in her. And it's recorded if you happen to miss it at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Then on Saturday, things come to a real shakeabout. Things really shake about. Really, it's like a dog shaking off water as far as all the energy. The yod comes to its full climax, so I think it's pretty clear that you're going to have to make some subtle career changes. At the same time, you begin to bring a new balance and order to the home and begin moving forward with whatever that's going to mean as far as the new self-nurturing techniques. The soul pyramid breaks apart. See, there's no green line. What that means is Jupiter and Mars kind of do a little bit of shake. And how I interpret that is you will have your belief structure will go through a little bit of a spiritual earthquake on Saturday, and your inner child will go through a little bit of a spiritual earthquake on Saturday, which is just these parts of yourself kind of coming off the ledge of this really almost month soul pyramid and moving forward. The moon is now well into Cancer, so on Saturday it's definitely about relationships and balance and marriage and returning in that side of your soul. On Sunday, things get cheery. Jupiter rules the day, so it's a nice flower that we get on Sunday that kind of puts icing on the cake, really, of a full long week of work. The moon is now shifting into Leo. So you will retreat and be private on Sunday. You will feel guarded on Sunday, and you will probably not want to talk to anyone that doesn't have high-level security clearance on Sunday, which is just fine. And Jupiter, though, even though you are guarded, you're optimistic, you're going to be happy, and I'd probably be happy with family that's functional, with functional family. You have to always put that little keyword on, functional family. All right, Capricorn, that's all I have for this 7-day forecast. I will see you in 7 days more, or maybe sometime online in the meantime. Until then, live